of women of faith. This is a show where we get together as women and we have conversation. We laugh, we talk, we cry sometimes, and it gets emotional at times. Today, we are talking about a topic that will be considered to be emotional. We're talking about the loss of a loved one. I have with me my guest, Utsidi Muhlala, and I have Utsebi, who is a psychologist, Tsebi Shomi. We are going to be talking about loss. Tidi is a young lady who lost her dad, and not just losing a dad, probably after sickness or something like that. It was a tragic death that is unexpected. So we're going to be talking to her. Tidi, you are welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
You lost your dad, a well-known figure in Mpumalanga. Not only in Mpumalanga, but well-known. So your loss was not just your loss. Everyone else around felt like they had lost somebody that they loved. Can you tell us about that?
It was one of a shocking day, one of a shocking moment. I was not around at home when that happened. I was in Bethel. My mom, my brothers, and my brother's friends were in the house. And I received a call while I was in Bethel. They were telling me that my brother is in hospital and my father is in hospital. And I was asking what happened, what is wrong, and no one wanted to say anything. So they drove me from Bethel to home, insisting that Tidi must come back home. We drove, and I was crying. You know,
the thought that they're in hospital.
They're in hospital. What is happening? But there is that feeling that came. Okay, there's a gift that I have in me. I don't know how can I call it. I don't want to say that I see things or what, but I hear the voice of God.
Okay.
I can even sense a certain event or anything that is happening or about to happen.
Okay.
So there was this thing that says to me, something is beyond the hospital.
Okay.
Like there's this voice that keeps telling me he's gone. He's gone, but I'm denying it. I'm in
You
denial.
knew that it was a dead?
Yes, I knew. I felt like it's daddy, he's gone. And I received a call in the morning. I was talking to him, and he said, Ceci, please come back. We need to talk about something. I need to see you. I was like, okay, I'm coming back tomorrow. Then we'll talk tomorrow. He says, all right, fine. And there it goes. I have to go back on Sunday. So when I got there, I'm seeing cars, a lot of cars, you know, and now, Bomama, Fasemadu, people are crying. Right there, I'm seeing blood on the floor, on the wall. What is happening? Going inside, and everyone is crying. And when I just entered the room, like, because everyone was in my bedroom. So when I entered the room, the neighbors, cousins, friends, sisters, everyone is crying. Everyone was crying. Mama, she's all over the floor and it's crying. What is happening? What is wrong? Where's Papa? Where's Tepiso? Tepiso is in hospital. Where's Papa? When I say where's Papa, everyone screams. They cry even more. Like, okay. And the voice says to me, he's gone. And I started crying. And I looked at the house, I looked at everyone, and to be honest, I didn't accept it. It was something that was shocking, and I did not accept it until I see people now coming, you know, to the house, Badolila. And I'm like, it's not happening. He's not gone. We might see him again. And it happened even while my son was still very small. It's something that it breaks me emotionally. It breaks me even in career-wise. Certain things I had to even compromise in order to make sure that my siblings, they are held in a proper way. They are held also in to be comforted at the same time. So I had to compromise my grief. And draw them closer to me.
You had to be strong.
I had to.
You had to be strong so that Bona they can then. Did you feel like I can't be weak? I can't allow myself to cry in front of them because they need them to see me strong so that they can also be strong.
Yes, they needed that comfort as well as my mom. You know, kuba nema crisis in family. Families, they don't get to collide.
Family, yeah,
they
family,
collide.
family, politics and all that.
Politics and all that.
How old were you?
I was 26, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
When my father passed away, I think I was 26.
All right. Okay.
My brother, he was injured and he also needs me. I was the one that had to be like, we're gonna work this out together as family.
Tell me what usually happens. How do you then define it or describe it from a psychological, professional point of view?
It's very interesting what TB is actually sharing, because most of the time when it's a general knowledge that when you lose someone, okay, I'm gonna feel pain. But in her story, it's tragic. We're speaking about trauma, we're speaking about crisis, and it's not like her dad got sick and then they had a chance, to nurse him, got a chance as well to prepare, because sometimes we do get that opportunity that, at a certain point we're going to lose our loved one. For her, she had spoken with her dad in the morning and she was going to see her daddy the following day. And all of a sudden, daddy is gone. Do you understand? And when she comes back now, who believes that? When we speak about the stages that are there in terms of grief, it's not the order that is there, because as people experience grief in different ways. But normally we speak about shock. This is what you went through, the denial that, I'm still going to see daddy, I'm still going to give him the laptop and everything, I'm still going to experience him as I did before, And then there is another stage where you go through when you accept, and for you it seems like the issues of acceptance, you were denied in a way, because now you had to play this stronger role in the family. You had to put up sort of a strong face, but yet I want to believe inside you were breaking down, And when we look to another stage, is a stage of bargaining, where you say, for example, most people, when there's death, they will want to bargain with God. God, if you can bring back my daddy, this is what I will do for you. I will serve you with all of my heart.
Yes.
And honestly, that bargain, at the most of, it's not real, but I am trying to cope. I am trying to deal with the trauma that I'm experiencing. And later, then you reach a stage where you want to accept. And when we speak of acceptance, that's where you say, you know what, I want to allow healing now to take place.
We're going to come back to that. I think we're going to come back to that. See, I think what I would also like for you to touch on is, how did you deal, as I said earlier on when we started, that you lost a father, the community lost a leader. How was it for you? Did you feel that people were too much in your space? When you feel like, okay, this is my dad. You knew him, but I have a relationship with him. I don't need you in my space. Because it's like everyone feels like we know what you're going through. Yet they don't know, because you had a different relationship. How did you experience that?
I thank God at the same time, because when that happened, I had the relationship with Christ.
Okay.
And I was also able to even understand the other people from the other side. At the same time, I had to console myself. I had to, tell myself that it's going to be fine. I need healing. But at the same time, there comes this woman who says, I used to work with your dad. Your dad was this, your dad was that, and I loved him so much. I can't accept this thing. This thing is 1, 2, 3. At the same time, I had to comfort this person as if I am not.
You haven't lost a father.
I haven't lost a father.
Yeah.
He's my father, but now this one needs comfort.
And years later, have you healed?
I have healed, but I healed in 2015.
Okay.
Yes, that's when I got my healing completely. To be honest, all these years, I could not accept that my dad is gone. Wherever I go, I would see him. Like, I don't know whether I was picturing him. I don't know whether I was visualizing him or what, imagining him. But whenever I went to see places where I know that my dad played a big role, it was like a trauma to me.
Really, on healing and the emotions that she spoke about right now towards the end.
It's very important, I would say, even to our viewers at home, that allow yourself to experience the emotions raw as they are, you know, because we try so much to bring forth the positive, whereas inside there's a lot of turmoil, and it's very dangerous for anyone to cause themselves to delay the healing process. I would say the earlier the better, because then you can be able to continue and face life, so that later in life you don't experience the anger, the resentment, the bitterness. Can you imagine you walking over a period of 10 years with so much inside of you? Your life in totality, your health is compromised in every way. We see a living person, but deep down inside you're dead. When do I get an opportunity to tell people I'm angry how my daddy died? I am angry with myself. If I was there at home, maybe I could have protected him.
Viewers out there, I would like to say that give your life to Christ, have a relationship with God. God is the only source, is the only mentor, is the only director, is the only one that can heal you in that moment. No any other person can heal you. At the same time, go through counseling if you needed counseling. You know, go to a psychologist. They are there to help you. Those professional people. Make sure you are with people that speaks positive things in your life.
Thank you so much, ladies, for coming and opening. Cindy, thank you also for opening yourself up to share with what you had to go through. I believe that it will minister healing to somebody. You've heard it, viewers. Grief, death is not something that it's easy to deal with. We all know that at a particular point in time, we are going to lose somebody that we love in our lives. And depending on how they have gone, it may take longer or shorter period in order to heal. But what we've heard is that allow yourself to go through the motions. Don't hold back. Don't, if you're angry, be angry. But don't stay in the stage of anger. Allow yourself to go through it. If you've got to see somebody that will counsel you, go and see a therapist. They are not meant for people who are insane, as people who say that, oh, one psychologist, you're not fine. No, they will help you. If you've got to find a church where they will also minister to you spiritually, do that and find the help that you need, because it happens to us all. Until next time, know that you are loved and God loves you. Thank you.